Sorry, I'm a minute late. I'm skidding in. I hope you're having an awesome week. How's everybody doing? Gail, Dayton, Debbie Martin, that beautiful lady. Robin, how are you? Are you guys ready to up level your life and your thinking? This is like the upgrade of your thinking on Wednesday nights, right? Fabulous. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie, you're having some great things happening with your team, I see. You want to share with anybody? Yes, she says yes. You know why I ask you guys to share? Because it gets you like in the spotlight. And you got to get used to being in the spotlight because if you're going to SPD, you're going to be in the spotlight. So we got to get you all okay with the camera on you, asking you questions, and everybody listening. Do you want to share anything about your team this week, Debbie? Oh, she's eating. Okay, don't. We don't want to disrupt the meal. All right, I'm eating with a t-shirt on. I mean, she's with the t-shirt. She's so funny. All right, you guys, we're gonna move into it. So, lots of great. Let me mute the rest of you. If you guys have questions, concerns, anything that you want to share, please, by all means, just come out of the chat. Unmute yourself if you can. But for the meantime, I'll mute you all so that way everybody is muted. So, a couple things that happened in the last week. Lots of great events happening with Steve and Gina Mara, right? They're traveling everywhere from Atlanta to Oklahoma. Tonight, I got a huge group of my team over in Oklahoma City. Is it Oklahoma City? Yeah, Oklahoma City, I think it's tonight. And so I think they're going 2 spots in Oklahoma. And so they're kind of doing this cross-country tour. So if you guys have not plugged into that, make sure that you get on over to this. In fact, let's just go there right now. If you go on over to This Is It team, you should be able to see when the events are coming up. Because I tell you what, if you know people in those areas, you're definitely going to want to get them there along with several guests would be my totally my suggestion to all of you, because I feel like when you get people there in person and they get to hear the stories and they get to see the actual people that this is happening to, it's kind of a big deal, right, guys? So This Is It team. Remember, there's a big convention coming up this summer. We're going to have all of the, if you guys are not plugged into the This Is It events, they're literally most nights of the week, and then Fridays at 11, and then Saturdays at noon Central Time. So they're literally almost every day of the week. So you have every opportunity to plug into all the wonderful events going on. And so, gosh, hey, this is new. They're upgrading it. I haven't seen some of this stuff here yet. So I haven't seen that. So anyway, the bottom line, I love how they call it relational marketing or relationship marketing. That's what this is, you guys. This is relationship marketing. It's built on creating relationships and building relationships with people, right? And so, again, This Is It team is really our team training tool that we use. Let me take you on over to the Facebook group. We'll find it there. So This Is It team. This Is It team over there. And then another thing I want to mention is I know some of you had got a hold of me because the convention was closed. So what I think is they were capped out in what the area that they had kind of allotted. And now I believe it's opened back up. So if you have not registered for the convention that's happening this fall, I am encouraging you, get that done immediately before it sells out again. Okay, so if you haven't registered for that, you guys can go into our LifeWave Wellness Warriors group, and you can type in their convention and you will see it. But so lots of great stuff. Look at this. This is going to be down in Houston, Texas, Thursday, March 7th. So if you guys know anybody in Houston, don't some of you live in Houston? And if not, I would make sure that you're sending all your friends, family, any guests that you have. It's going to be an awesome event. So I would love it if you could not only go yourself if you live in the area. Leaders show up. Leaders who show up, go up. That's how it works. And so that's going to be a great event. And again, that's tomorrow night over at the Hilton Garden Inn in Houston. And then this was tonight. This is what's going on here. Yep, it's Oklahoma City. So that's happening tonight. So hopefully some of your team is there. I know a lot of my team is there. So that makes me happy because I know they're going to get a big vision to see where this thing is going. So lots of people filling the rooms in these areas. They're literally traveling across the country, Steve and Gina, to help all of us build our businesses. So if you don't have to be in that area, if you're not in there, what I do is I basically call my friends. I say, hey, listen, there's a meeting in that area. I think you should go to it and really get a vision of what LifeWave is all about. I think you will not be disappointed. I think you'll enjoy yourself. You'll learn a ton about the stem cell activation potential of your body. In addition to that, you'll see the opportunity that we have our hands on. So, I mean, I would just call my friends and say, you know what? I encourage you to go. If you're looking for an opportunity for health or financial freedom, this would be it. So again, that is all over I'm at the Facebook group. This is it. Okay, guys. So Tulsa was on Tuesday. So hopefully some of you got to that, but look at, again, March 7th, Houston, Texas, March 9th, Dallas, Texas, March 10th, Glendale, California. These guys have more energy than Donald Trump. Holy crap, they're like in different states every day. March 11th, Corona, California, March 12th, Scottsdale, Arizona, and March 14th, Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I encourage you, like, there is no reason you are not growing this business because you don't have the tools. We have so many tools at our fingertips to grow this. We just have got to plug into them. Have any of you been to the events that are on here tonight? I'm having the trouble finding your Zoom links to send to people to watch you live. Can you tell me where to find them? Yes. So let me do that right now. So we're on Facebook. So the page I was just at, or the group I was just at, is called LifeWave Wellness. Excuse me, that was This Is It team. By the way, this guy just joined our team. If you guys don't know who this is, Ben Azadi. He joined under Dr. Lonnie Herman. This guy has helped, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people to lose weight because he teaches people how to put their bodies in ketosis and everything. Really brilliant guy. And anyway, he just joined our team. He is so excited about photobiomodulation. I talked to him last week, Friday. He said, Renita, I am so excited about sharing the message of photobiomodulation. He said, everybody needs to know that their bodies can heal with light. And so he was very excited. He was very excited about the opportunity, but he's kind of a world-renowned dude. He just joined our team, so he's really cool. So hopefully in the future, you'll be hearing from him as well. I know he's going to be interviewing David Schmidt as well, because he's got quite the following. But when I go over to groups, whoever just asked, and if I type on LifeWave Wellness Warriors right there, and I go on LifeWave along the top here, do you see this? So when you click on these things, see how it says featured? So now this looks a lot easier, by the way, on your phone. Like when you pull it up on your phone, features right there at the very top. But if I would look at the rest of this post, let's see what this post is. LifeWave Presidential Director, schedule Zoom, Thursday, 8 p.m. overview plus the hot tip. And here's all the days that that's happening. Okay. So tomorrow is March 7th. See how it says March 7th, March 14th, March 21st, March 28th. Okay. So, excuse me. So we're going to be talking about that. Now I will tell you this. Let me tell you that. Okay, let me go back to continue to answer your question. So along the top, again, do you see where it says featured? Okay. Everybody see that? And then when I scroll down here, this is probably a recording here. This is how you clear cookies on your computer. If you've ever sent your link to somebody and it pulls up somebody else's name, you need to teach people how to clear cookies on their computer. That'll teach you how to do it. So you can watch that little video right there if you want. As I come on this one right here, this one is actually called, is inviting you to schedule Zoom, the business training. So this is all our business trainings that we are doing. Actually, this one, I got to get off the pin post because this one is done already, right? It's the same link though. The same link. So even though it's like, okay, this looks like it ended already, I just elongated the link. So if you're getting on these Zoom meetings, it's the same. The passcode's X39 and the weekly Zoom link is the same for those business trainings on Sunday night. By the way, did you guys watch the business training from Sunday night? I just posted it earlier today. It's phenomenal. So and how you search for that, by the way, is you come up here to this looking glass. See the looking glass, everybody? And I'm just going to go into that looking glass and type in recording. And when I type in the word recording, look at this, you guys. Everything comes up, all the recordings. And I can go over here. Can you see me on the left-hand side of my screen where it says most recent? I'm going to put that over. So where's the most recent post about recording? Okay. And then what's the first thing that comes up? The first thing that comes up is business training from 3/3/24, which was literally on Sunday night. See how that's the first thing I posted it 2 hours ago. So you can watch that Zoom training from Sunday night. That's business training, right? And so lots of commentary. But when you look at recording, what you're going to get is a lot of the already recorded meetings that I've done, when you type in recording, or see how it says recording, Sunday night business training, 2/25/24, recording. So just by typing the word recording, you're going to get a ton of information if it is that you really, really want to learn. Okay. So I would encourage you to do that because everything is in there. Literally, do you guys know how many times a day I use the looking glass search bar for myself? I mean, I go in and look up stuff in here all the time. Like I would go in here and let's go look up convention, see if it's in here. That's for the 2023 global convention. That's gone. Looking for a ticket. This person's looking for a ticket. Here's the convention. The 2024 annual convention is almost sold out. Look at this. You can click on that. I just typed in the word convention in the search bar. Did you guys see that? Convention. Okay, so you kind of want to get a code word about what you're doing. And I'm getting better at when I post to actually say a word in case people will go searching for it, like business, right? Tickets are expected to sell out. Here's how you register if you have not registered yet for the Dallas, Texas event, October 17th through the 19th. You guys got it? I want everybody there, especially if you want to make $1 million and have a millionaire mindset. And just honestly, if you're growing a business, what you're going to see from David Schmidt, what he's launching, it's just nothing short of miraculous is all I can say. I know about it. I'm kind of behind the scenes a little bit. And so like, I know what he's launching. I mean, you guys, all of you need to be at this event is all I'm going to say. So if you want to grow, you go. If you want your team to, grow globally, make sure that you have your entire team there. Sometimes people say, I'm going to wait until I make money to go to a convention. Do you know that those people never go to a convention? You have to invest in yourself and invest in, plus it's a business deduction, right? It's a tax deduction, but you have to invest in yourself so that you can go there and get the vision of what this can be for you, right? If you're waiting to make enough money to go, I promise you that you won't be there anytime soon. A lot of times you have to go to events to get the fire, to see what can happen, to see the possibilities, okay? So make sure as a team leader that your teammates are registered for this thing, because if they sell out again, I'm not sure if they're going to open it back up again one more time. Like I felt like they shut it down and they opened it up because they kind of expanded, must have been the number of people that they could hold, I'm guessing. But I don't know if that sells out. Are they able even to do any more at this particular hotel? And if not, then it's closed for good, right, guys? So you need to make sure that your team is in there now, right now. Don't say, well, I'm going to register in September. You won't be going, okay? So get that done and share it with your team of how to do it. And again, how I found that is I'm in LifeWave Wellness Warriors. Now, somebody asked, how do I find these millionaire mindset trainings? You just asked that, right? So I could come over here. I could type in millionaire mindset. Let me just do that real quick. See if we can find it that way. Okay, so here's a millionaire mindset from November 8th. And I can also do most recent too, because that's going to post. This one says, it pulls up everything that says million though, right? This one says, I feel like $1 million. So you get to read a little testimonies of great health happening as well. But as I scroll down, talking about like Mike Lindell, he went to advance all the way to SPD, praise the Lord. Here it is, every Wednesday evening, millionaire mindset training, okay? And there they all are. And so what I would do is you can either just share that, you can copy and paste it like this, and Control C. If I hit Control C on my computer, that'll copy it. If I put it in an email or over in Messenger, I hit Control V, say V for victory, Control V, and it'll paste it. Okay, guys? And so that is how I found it. So I basically went millionaire mindset, but I do believe it is along the top in the pinned post as well. So we can go back over there one more time and I can try to find it that way. I'm just showing you all the different ways I find things. You got to become a seeker, right? So along here, look at this. Boom, boom. That's not it. LifeWave overview recording. Here's the updated welcome page, which by the way, this is phenomenal. And again, this is just in the featured at the top of our Facebook group, right? That welcome page is so good. If you're brand new and you've never seen the welcome page, you got on tonight to learn about that because that's phenomenal. That's more business training though. Stem cells, how they work. I love that sheet. As we go here, I need to pin one of those miracle things, don't I? Let's see if I keep going. So let's go back and I'm going to pin that post. Let's see if I can pin that post from right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up Millionaire Mindset again. Millionaire Mindset. So yeah, it was probably hard for you to find because I thought it was pinned and it doesn't look like it is. Let me do most recent. And now I'm just showing you again how I'm going here. Here it is. Every Wednesday evening. It came up first this time. So let me see if I can pin this post. Save post. How do I pin that post? Let me see. I might have to do it on my phone. I'm just going to hashtag Millionaire Mindset right there. So you can, so if you look for Millionaire Mindset, you'll find it, but I will pin that later on tonight. Okay. Because I can't seem to do it right here. I thought it should work if I go there. Is there a secret that you guys know about pinning that I don't know? Anybody? Usually I thought it was those 3 dots, but it's usually, I usually pin on my phone. I'll be honest, because pinning on your phone is so fast and easy. Sometimes the computer for me is a little slower. Let me see. Can I pin it there? I really can't. Viewing the post. Okay. Anyway, the bottom line is here. Maybe I can go right here. Pin post. There it is. Pinned to featured. I got it. Boom. Little trial and error there. Okay. So now when you go, because it's pinned, it's a pinned post, right? Okay. It's on there. I can unpin it, but I'm not going to. So now what happens is if I go to LifeWave Wellness Warriors, right there it is. It's this first one. You know what I'm going to put a picture of? I'm going to add a big picture of like money. So you guys will be like, oh, I'm looking for the money. Then I know it's the Millionaire Mindset training. Okay. Does that help? Whoever asked that question? All right. Let me see if there's anything else in the chat that we need to address. There hasn't been a scheduled events yet for the convention. I will tell you that Thursday last time they kind of do an evening event. I'm not sure. Trust me, I want to know as much as you do. I would just encourage you to make sure you're there on Thursday. Yeah, I'd make sure you're there on Thursday. But yeah, let me see if anyone else says anything about that. I'm having trouble finding you. Okay, we got that. It takes you to a wait list. Did it just really would take you to a wait list there, Sherry Ellingson? Are you sure? Let me see.
Yep. When I went there, this is how it was before. This post came out today because I keep checking to see if I can register some more people for the conference. So yeah, I went today to get my husband signed up, and it just went right to a wait list. Or you put in your name and an email address.
Which is so interesting. Let me see here. Convention. Here, check out and register. So let me just go here, click on it again. Let's go try this. I don't want to watch it. I know it's going to be great. Details. Oh, is that not going to let me buy the tickets? That must be their just promo video. Okay, let's go back again. Trust me, sometimes I'm looking for stuff like you guys are looking for stuff. Just because I'm an SPD doesn't mean I know it all. Usually I'm like digging like you are. But what I do tend to listen to is the LifeWave Business Builders Facebook group has that Geraldo, not Geraldo. Am I saying his name right? Yeah, he's like the Hispanic guy. And he always does like a weekly update. And so I like what he says because they're usually pretty short. They're usually like under 10 minutes. And he kind of talks about what's going on, like with registration or with trips or anything that's kind of happening. So let's go in here again and try convention. Let's see if we can get it. Convention. Looking for the ticket to convention. 2023 Global Convention. There it is. Let's try it one more time. Boom. I'm going to go try to buy a ticket. Register now. Why the heck are they giving us a wait list? Interesting. Okay. Well, Sherry, thank you for pointing that out. I didn't know that because honestly, I bought my tickets a long time ago. So Scott and I learned a lesson in network marketing. As soon as the tickets go live, buy them and book your hotel. Because if not, you'll be staying in a van down by the river. And you wish you were at the hotel where the convention was so that you don't have to walk so far. But the bottom line is I would fill that wait list out. They must just be gathering the amount that they need, whether it's 500, 1,000, 5,000, because I'm sure they have to pre-buy, right? They're pre-renting these spaces, they're pre-buying the food, everything's pre-bought for these events. So I'm sure they don't want to be like 5,000 long. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of waste of money. So I'm sure they're trying to kind of get a head count, like how many more are we going to be having coming in here? Like, is it 2,000? Is it 3,000? So I would say if you are planning on going, do join that wait list. Thank you, Sherry, for pointing that out. And I would do that. And if you know teammates that are planning on doing it, have them do the wait list too, just so that their names get on the list. Again, we don't want to be in that situation where there's no space and your people can't go to convention, right? I pray and hope that they leave a little bit of availability at the end for our brand new distributors that are coming in and brand partners that are coming in the month of like September and October, right? Because I'm the gal who got in the business and a month later I was at convention. Well, had it been sold out, I wouldn't have been able to go and I wouldn't be on this meeting with you right now, right? So that convention changed the entire course of my life, seeing the big vision, seeing David, meeting him in person, listening to all the stories, realizing that 75% of LifeWave was doctors. When I got there, I was like, holy cow, there's so many doctors that are part of this. And so that really changed my life. So Sherry, thanks for sharing. Get registered. Let us know when that becomes available to you too. I want to know. Oh, did you guys not see that? Oh, thank you. There it is. Join the wait list. So I just put convention in our Facebook group, like I showed you earlier. I clicked on the link. And then when I clicked on the link, it says join the wait list right here. So make sure if you have not registered for convention that you guys get on this wait list as soon as possible, because yeah, like you said in the chat, I'm sure they're trying to figure out how many they actually need. You know what I mean? How much space do we actually need? They are transferring to a new event platform system. Thank God, because whatever they have going on is not great right now. I'm going and hotel booked already. Good job, Lynn Lindbergh. And Lynn has a long flight because she's coming down from Canada, right? You got to get there. That hotel conference center only holds 6,000, might not be that many. Geez, I don't know. I'm not sure. All I know is like the biggest convention they had was like last year, and was there like, I don't know how many were there last year. 3,000? I'm not exactly sure. So, but he's got to know they're building this thing hand over fist, right, guys? Everything is bigger, faster, stronger with LifeWave. It's not slowing down at all. Okay. Any other questions about convention? I would just say, so I told you how to buy the tickets. I told you about the Zoom links, how to find them. I use the search bar a lot. Okay. So if you're in here and you're saying, how do I find stuff? Search bar, search bar in the LifeWave Wellness Warriors. And then again, you can go on over to This Is It team. Facebook group is another great one. LifeWave Business Builders. In fact, are you guys on LifeWave Business Builders, all of you that are on here tonight? I know a lot of you are, but sometimes there's new people on here and they've never even heard of LifeWave Business Builders. I talked to a gal yesterday who's been part of LifeWave for a year and she didn't know that we had an app. I was like, oh yeah, we have an app. And so she was like, wow, I've been part of this for a year and I had no idea there was an app. And so I thought, people plug in when they're ready to plug in, right, guys? And so did you guys check out that is going on right now, the LifeWave Connect product webinar? Let's hop on that. Ready? Let me see if you guys can hear me. Let's go.
For pain relief, and here's a device where it's 20 minutes a day, and you can see the claims they're making is for treating a variety of different types of aches and pains, inflammation, and even faster healing. And this is all fine, but many of us are busy, and we don't want to take this amount of time out of our day to deal with pain. It'd be a little bit of a headache. So, what kind of options do we have? Well, IceWave, of course, the benefit is that we're going to stimulate the skin with very low levels of light, and we get the benefits of light therapy, but the convenience of using a Band-Aid. Just simply apply the patches and go. Now, when in doubt, if you're just getting started, by far the easiest and most effective things to do would be to apply the LifeWave patches on the bottom of the feet for pain relief. In acupuncture, this is a point called kidney 1. You put the white patch on the bottom of the right foot and the tan patch on the bottom of the left foot. If that were the bottom of my foot, that would be about where it goes. It's called the kidney 1 acupuncture point. And this is very effective at relieving pain, even throughout the entire body. So as a protocol, you could place X39 on the back of the neck and then the LifeWave patches on the bottom of the feet. I've met medical doctors where that is their go-to. They're very busy. They want to help their patients, and they just have the patches on the bottom of the feet, and then they just go from there. And we could actually spend quite a bit of time talking about all of the benefits of putting the patches on the bottom of the feet, including longevity. Now, what about if you wanted to try something a little bit more specialized? I'll tell you something that happened an hour ago. My son came to me, he's 25, and he was exercising yesterday, and he felt that he kind of tore a muscle in his abdomen. Something was a little bit off, and he was in pain. So I said, great, let me show you the clock protocol. So we put a tan patch on the point of pain. And when you're working with somebody, it's really as simple as saying, okay, what's your level of pain? Let's say we're on a scale of 0 to 10. Where's your pain level at? You want to substantiate this first. Then you have the person point to the pain and you put a tan patch there. And then you're going to go 3 inches, let's say 75 millimeters, from that tan patch and apply a white patch to the 12 o'clock or 3 o'clock position if you're looking at a clock. You don't have to wait very long, 5 seconds if you wish. And then you ask the person, okay, what's the pain level at? So in the case of my son, I said, okay, if the pain started at a 10, what is it now? And he said, okay, I think it's dropped down to a 6. That feels much, much better. I said, okay, great. Then we moved it to the 6 o'clock position. And I told him to move around. It was 5 seconds later. And he said, okay, I think it's about the same. Maybe better, but I think it's about the same. Then we moved it to the 9 o'clock position. And he said, oh, okay, this has dropped again. It's at a 4. And he wanted to leave it there. And I said, okay, fine. So in a matter of 30 seconds, we took the pain down from a 10 to a 4. Probably could have got it down lower, but he was already happy with that. And he wanted to leave the patches there, and that was fine with me. So the clock method is incredibly powerful when it comes to pain relief. Now, let's say that you have a circumstance where someone has pain throughout the entire body and they've had it for a long time. What do you do? Well, again, this is relatively easy. You could apply a X39 to the back of the neck. You apply 1 set of LifeWave on the bottom of the feet on that same point. And then you're going to apply another set of LifeWave patches on the upper torso. Now, you have a number of options here. I would suggest that you apply them here up on the shoulders. And we generally find that this location works very well with the location under the feet. So you'd have 2 sets of LifeWave patches on. And you'll find that after, some people will respond immediately within a minute. You'll see their pain will drop 70%. Other people might take a little bit longer, might take 20 minutes. But it's a very easy protocol, and you don't have to be moving things around. So that would be if you had pain throughout the entire body. Let's say that you had someone which just had localized pain in the lower back. Well, you could simply do what we call bracket the pain. which would be applying a white patch on the right side of the pain and a tan patch on the left side. And that protocol we found over the years works extremely well.
Like a bookend.
So you have a number of tools there with LifeWave, a number of protocols that are very, very simple and extremely effective. And we've performed, I think it's 18 clinical studies on LifeWave, and we've repeatedly shown that it is just a phenomenal product
18
for
clinical
managing
studies.
pain.
Wow. To help reduce pain.
Let's move on and take a
LifeWave.
look at some other things now. So let's say that you're using LifeWave, you're getting good results, and you want to look at some other things. What else can you do to improve the quality of your life and make sure that this pain that you've had for many years doesn't come back? And of course, we're just talking about chronic pain now, not acute pain.
Oh, this is right up my alley.
Well,
here it is, guys, electrolytes.
If pain is a bioelectrical phenomena as well as if it's a bioelectrical phenomenon as well as biochemical, what that must mean is that it has something to do with an imbalance of electrolytes.
Boom.
Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium. So what we would expect to find is that if this is true, there should be a link between electrolytes and pain management. And in fact, there is. This is the great news. So I want you to think about this for a moment. There are studies that we can find that show a link between pain management and potassium. This is not a bad article because it gives an overview of some of the benefits of potassium supplementation. You could get, hypothetically, enough potassium in your diet, but in modern diets, we're not getting enough. So I'd recommend you look at 500 milligrams or even 1,000 milligrams per day to supplement with potassium. You would take this as a potassium citrate powder. And there are enormous benefits to taking potassium. First of all, many of you probably drink alkaline water. That's fine. But what was found at Oxford is that it's actually potassium that regulates the alkalinity of the cell.
Right.
And maintains homeostasis between acid and alkalinity. So by taking potassium, we're alkalizing the body. Here we go. Potassium, in a study in 2008, shows a strong anti-pain effect. When was the last time you went to your doctor and said, "Doctor, I'm in pain," and the doctor said, "Well, great, I have a solution. I want you to eat avocados and bananas, and your pain is going to be just fine," right?
And potatoes.
And I am not poking fun at doctors. I have nothing but admiration for doctors because they provide an extraordinarily valuable service. It's just that we know medical doctors, most of them, don't get the training in nutrition that we'd really want them to have.
Right.
There are many doctors I've met that are an exception to this. The point is that there are alternatives, and something as simple and inexpensive as potassium has been shown to have a strong anti-pain effect. So yes, you can modify your diet, take sunflower seeds, avocados, bananas, those apricots, these things that are high in potassium, but it's certainly very convenient. I wouldn't recommend 6,000 milligrams a day, by the way. That's really high. On supplements, again, 500 to 1,000 milligrams. Another benefit is that potassium assists with the
sodium
making
potassium
the
pump.
Arteries more flexible.
Come on.
And as a result, potassium can reduce high blood pressure.
Of course.
And of course, this is really safe, really effective, and not going to be any toxic side effects like pharmaceutical drugs. So potassium is a way that you can help regulate your high blood pressure. One thing that I'll mention as a side note, since it's not here, and I did this research work 40 years ago, almost 40 years ago, just a little bit less, about 38 years ago, is I found that when you increase the amount of potassium in the cell, cancer cells die.
Boom.
I did this work with neuroblastomas, a TBJ neuroblastoma and a C1300. And the difference between the two is one is immunogenic and the other is non-immunogenic. But in any case, that doesn't matter. What matters is that because potassium is regulating the alkalinity of the cell, as you increase the amount of potassium in the body, you can reduce the proliferation of cancer cells or even kill cancer cells. But that's a separate story. So
Boom.
enormous benefits to potassium. Now, Jeff, I talked a little bit earlier. I made a promise that I was going to show people some of the things they could do, specifically men, on ways to improve sexual performance and get pain relief at the same time. And one of those things is potassium. This is a 3-part solution, okay? So for men that would like to improve their sexual performance and improve their health, reduce their risk of heart disease, reduce their risk of cancer, we're going to cover that now. One of them, though, is potassium. And the reason why potassium improves sexual performance, and I don't think I need to be any more explicit than that. The reason why it improves sexual performance is that potassium recycles nitric oxide. So nitric oxide, that most of you have heard of, is a vasodilator. It is what expands and relaxes the arteries and improves blood flow. And when men have erectile dysfunction or reduced sexual performance, this is typically an issue with them making or utilizing nitric oxide. They may have had damages to the endothelial lining where nitric oxide is made. But if they have a deficiency of potassium, it compounds the problem. So what we're getting at here is there's a 3-part solution, and it goes further than that, but we're just going to cover this today as an aside. One is you want to elevate nitric oxide. The other is you want to keep the nitric oxide in circulation, and potassium will do that. Okay.
Wow. Right,
Now,
guys?
speaking of which,
Wow.
let's talk about nitric oxide. This is a Nobel Prize winning discovery. And we could, again, talk for a long time about this. Louis Ignarro, who won the Nobel Prize for discovering nitric oxide. Nitric oxide, by the way, is a gas. So it's not something you can supplement with. It's something that is made in the human body. Traditionally, people have used arginine for making nitric oxide. And this is okay, but there's actually better ways to do it. If you have a diet rich in beets.
That's me.
Beets are a source of nitrates, naturally occurring nitrites and nitrates, and they will elevate nitric oxide. They convert very, very efficiently in the body. And there's even some supplements that offer sodium nitrite, I believe, which converts over to nitric oxide. Another way to do it, though, is with the amino acid citrulline. And this is found in watermelon. Many people noticed men eating watermelon, it would give them an erection. And this is because the citrulline that is in watermelon converts over to arginine in the body, but it bypasses the arginase in the gut. So it's the citrulline is not destroyed in the gut the way arginine is. So citrulline is actually a very effective way of elevating nitric oxide. So if you're a man, if you're a man or woman, you're interested in using nitric oxide for pain relief, let's say about 3 grams in water. This would be a powder. And it doesn't have any flavor, so it's completely neutral.
Or you could
And
just
it
eat
would be a
watermelon.
similar dose if you wanted to use this for improving sexual performance. That really goes for men and women, but of course we would normally think about this for men. But the good news here is that with nitric oxide, not only has it been shown to be effective for pain relief, but of course, because it elevates, because it's a vasodilator, it's going to improve circulation and improve the health of the heart. And nitric oxide also reduces the risk of heart attack and stroke. So I think it'd also be fair to say nitric oxide reduces blood pressure. So this is a wonderful way to help be part of managing pain and also getting a number of other benefits. So if you've been suffering with chronic pain, you're using tools like LifeWave and X39, and you want to look at some ways of preventing that pain from coming back and really improving your health, this would be a very powerful way of doing that and getting some other benefits as well. Okay. Now, okay, I'm going to show you something fun here. Here's the third component. Now, we talked about Jeff is peeking and looking ahead, probably like everybody else. So no harm done, Jeff. Okay, so you're going to take citrulline to elevate your nitric oxide. You're going to take your potassium to recirculate the nitric oxide, and both of them individually we're going to help reduce and manage pain. What else would we want to do? Well, we'd want to use a PDE5 inhibitor because this will keep the nitric oxide more active. And of course, we know that synthetic PDE5 inhibitors are things like Viagra. And in fact, Viagra was originally invented as a heart medication, but then when men started getting erections, Pfizer changed the way that they wanted to market it, and Viagra was born. But there are many natural PDE5 inhibitors, some of them more effective than others. There's one called horny goatweed that many men have heard of in the natural products community, and that is all fine. But here's what I happened to find this patent quite by accident when doing some research on an unrelated subject. I was looking for something that would actually improve CGMP levels, because this is related to an anti-aging effect in the body. And I happened to come across this patent. So this would be mangosteen peel extract.
Wow.
This would be one of them. And it is relatively easy to get. Here in the United States, I found this on the internet. I found it being sold on Amazon, which I was quite surprised at because it's not something that is typically available over the counter. But mangosteen peel extract, it's a powder. You just take a small amount, and you could take this at bedtime with your citrulline and your potassium. This will act as a PDE5 inhibitor and will make the nitric oxide more effective. And of course, this is also going to improve energy production in the body, and as a result can contribute to pain relief. But here, very expressly, it's being used for improving sexual performance in men. Okay, now I have fulfilled my promise. Now I want to talk about another one because people's diets are so poor today because of demineralization of the soil. And I'll try to get through some of these last things quickly so we leave room for questions. But do not underestimate the power of copper. Back in the 1950s, the recommended daily allowance of copper was 3 milligrams. Today, it's less than a third of that. And if you look online, you'll see that doctors will say there is no connection between copper and pain relief. And this is simply untrue, because there are plenty of studies that show what happens when we get a copper deficiency. This article is going to lay them out, but just to highlight the first one, fatigue and weakness. That is a known symptom of a copper deficiency. Well, what have we been talking about is that pain relief results from poor energy flow.
Right.
And if someone is fatigued, they've got poor energy flow. So I would say this is a pretty strong clue that copper contributes to pain relief. It even gets more obvious than that. Copper is part of cytochrome C oxidase. It's a copper-containing enzyme. And we know that this enzyme is absolutely necessary for the production of energy in the cell. So if you don't have cytochrome C oxidase, you're out of luck. So when we have copper deficiencies, it goes without saying, we're going to have a reduced capacity to make energy in the cell. If we have a reduced capacity to make energy in the cell, we're going to have inflammation and we're going to have pain. So very strong connection here between copper and pain relief. And it's cheap, 2.5 milligrams a day, very inexpensive. Here's another, I thought I'd show you a clinical study here. This is extraordinary because this shows that copper deficiency is linked to permanent neurological damage. And I don't know about you, but when I think of neurological damage, I think of the nerves and I think of pain. So it seems ludicrous to me that in the literature, there would be studies saying there's no connection between copper and pain. It's just silly.
Right.
Truth of the matter is that we can use very small amounts of copper to assist energy production in the body, protect us from viruses, protect us from bacterial infections, and help manage our pain.
Boom.
All right, very quickly now, some other tools that you may have. Let's say that you have a chronic injury and it's not healing because you have scar tissue. You've got to get rid of the scar tissue to heal. One enzyme to do that is called serrapeptase. Many of you may not have heard of it before, but the benefit of using serrapeptase is that it can break down the scar tissue and allow your body to heal.
And
It
nattokinase
also
is if you
by
had a
itself has
vaccine.
anti-inflammatory
Remember that, nattokinase.
properties.
Lumbrokinase.
I am not a medical doctor, should have said that on the front end. This is all for information and to take you to your healthcare practitioner. But things like serrapeptase, if you already have a heart condition, you're on blood thinners, talk to your doctor first. Okay, a few things here very quickly. Taurine. Taurine is an amino acid, and it's a very powerful anti-aging amino acid, and it has a host of benefits. But here, now we have a study showing that taurine induces significant analgesic effects.
Oh.
So we can use something as simple as the amino acid taurine to get pain relief, support pain relief, and to also promote anti-aging.
Love it.
Also produces a relaxation effect. Here's another study. This is incredible. Taurine is a therapeutic agent.
Helps you to sleep.
We know that taurine is actually more effective than pharmaceutical drugs at reducing blood pressure. So again, you could be using taurine with the patches as part of an overall program to manage pain. And here you're going to be able to keep your blood sugar under control.
Blood pressure, yeah.
And your blood pressure under control. Magnesium, we've talked about this many times, so I'll just skip through it. Most people have a magnesium deficiency. Like potassium, magnesium is an electrolyte. So you absolutely want to include something like magnesium glycinate in your daily supplement package to help manage pain.
Renita posted a post to hop onto the LifeWave Business Builders to finish the meeting. Her computer died, she said.